credible. They on my testicle. They why they lying though. It's a mind, we ain't buying those. Why you lying though? Little mama on my testicles, sucking me like a vegetable. She on my testicles. I'm at the vestibule. You can meet me.
The show will start soon. Let's ride out with before a few.
Little mama so comfortable. I'm feeling like Dr. Huxtable. With the rest of you, I'm at the best of you. Lord mama, I want the best of you. Want the best of you.
I got some advice for you young men.
I got the nice little view.
We're here to talk about it tonight.
I'm in my new little coupe.
We're about to ride out for a few though.
I'm in a Bentley coupe, but I'm like I'm Cheryl Swoops. She liking me though. Wanna ride with me too. She in a Bentley and she's looking friendly. Never take her to friendly.
Maybe I'm just not the speed. Maybe not the bitch I'm in. Maybe I'm just not the speed. Maybe not the bitch I'm in.
A different league. I'm balling in a different league, ladies. I'm here to give you men some game tonight. Ride out.
Take out the friendly, but she not friendly. She wanna get with me. Ride up in my Bentley, sassy like a sissy. All my shoes crispy, coke with the whiskey. Bitches try to diss me, toss them like a frisbee. Mama get with me, you say I'm on some shit. Big wrist 250, niggas tryna end me. Smoking cat pissy, Bobby crashed the Bentley. Really?
I'm ballin' in a different way. Ballin' in a different way. I'm ballin' in a different way.
I'm balling
In a different way.
in a different league. Welcome to the check-in report, ladies and gentlemen. I am your humble host, True and Living. And we're here to talk. Yes, we're here to talk. We're here to talk tonight. I'm here to give you men some advice tonight. Let me get my music in here queued up. Hold on, let me make sure my music is running up and running. You know what I mean? But I'm here to give you young men some advice tonight. A lot of you young men, you know, you need some advice. You're struggling. You can't get your mindset together. You can't get your goals in order. You can't prioritize things. You're addicted to the corn. You got women on your mind 24/7. You can't stay off of social media. Whatever it is, I'm here to give you young men advice. You know? I'm here to give you young men advice tonight, and I'm here to talk about these things. We're here to walk these things down. Again, I am your host, True and Livin. Thank you guys for joining me. Now, let's get right into this thing, right? I'm doing this show to give young men advice. A lot of young men, they need some guidance in their lives, man. You know, we don't have the stand-up men like we used to. We don't have men that, you know, that stood for something, you know, like a man's man. No diddy, no diddy. We don't have like manly men anymore. You know, and especially on the internet. I mean, let's be real. The incels, they control the internet. They got rid of, you know, the Andrew Tates. They got rid of the Kevin Samuels. They got rid of all of the men that were, you know, promoting masculinity. And they have now allowed the incels to run amok on the internet. So you don't see a sector of the internet anymore that is giving men tools, giving men guidance, giving men good advice, young men advice on things that they should be prioritizing, things that they should be doing, things that they should be taking into consideration. That's not, you know, happening anymore. You know, you got guys like Kai Cenat, Aiden Ross. What's the weird little Arab dude? You know, he looked like Marge Simpson with a taper. Neon. I think his name is Neon. The internet is ran by incels. None of them are promoting a message of helping men, being a good man, an honorable, law-abiding, manly man. So, you know, we're far removed away from that. So, you know, I mean, I'm doing these types of shows to, you know, to talk to the young men, right? I want to talk to the young men and give them some guidance. And hopefully I can help them. Hopefully that this stream will reach some of you, right? And I also put a vote down at the bottom. What's distracting you as a young man? I want to know. Salute to Sinclair. I see Sinclair's in the building. Salute to Sinclair. Fire, 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 fire. But ultimately, I want to talk to you young men. What's distracting you? Is it the corn? Is it the social media? Are you dealing with some sort of depression? Are women an ultimate distraction to you? A lot of men are, you know, they're being distracted today. Whatever it may be, we're here to talk to you guys. We're here to give you a metaphysical understanding. Hopefully a spiritual understanding as well. The first thing that I want to tell you young men, you know, you young men that are watching this message that is getting to you. You need to put a higher power before you. You need some type of spirituality in your life. A lot of you young men, you know, you praise this. This is your God right here. Your God is right here. It's this iPhone. It's the Android. This is your God. And a lot of you have fallen away. You know, you're not taking your spirituality serious as you need to. You need to be working on your inner man. You need to be putting God first in your life. Stop chasing these harlots, these scatel women that, you know, pretty much want to reduce you into an incel. You need to put away those things and put a higher power first in your life. That's going to be my overall message, just to start things off, right? That's going to be the first thing that I say tonight, right? You need to put a higher power before yourself, right? And I think ultimately, if you put that higher power before yourself, everything else will fall in line. Relationships, business, what you need to be doing in life, goals, you know, prioritize whatever it is in life. If you put that higher power before yourself and have a metaphysical understanding that this thing is greater than me and I need to be doing things to feed my spirituality, I need to be grounded in my spirituality, I truly believe that everything else will fall in line for you. If you reject this God right here, because a lot of you young men, this is your God right now. This phone is your God. So that's going to be the first thing I want to say to you young men. But what's distracting you? Again, I put a voting thing at the bottom. What's ultimately distracting you tonight? What's getting you distracted? What's taking your mindset off of the things that you should be prioritizing? Now, let's get into some more things that, you know, for advice for young men, right? Advice for young men. A lot of young men are suffering from porn addiction. No, I'm not talking about corn on the cob. You know, no, I'm not talking about a side entree at KFC. I'm talking about corn, you know, the hub, X videos, XNXX videos, and all of these other websites, OnlyFans as well. Let me not forget OnlyFans. All of these other websites and things to distract you. Are you a man being distracted? Are you constantly, what am I trying to say here? Are you constantly beating that drum? Draining yourself, draining that energy from your body, beating that drum. Are you that individual that needs to do some self-diagnostics, some type of, self-analyzing? Has corn ultimately ruined your life? A lot of you young men, you really have no understanding that, cause you're so fascinated with, these adult female actresses and these entertainers and performers on these sites. You're so infatuated with that, you don't even realize that that performer or those videos and that website is ruining your life. It's ruining your social skills. It's ruining your perception of women. You're going to school, you're going to work, and you're dealing with this affliction of corn. And when you interact with a girl you may find attractive, one of your crushes, you don't know how to talk to them. You don't know how to approach them. You don't know how to go about a conversation because you're constantly thinking about sex. You're constantly thinking about, all different types of positions, all types of bodily fluids. It's constantly playing in your mind, and it's caused you to be an introvert because you don't want to let people see that inner pervert inside. I know I'm talking to a lot of y'all out there. A lot of you young men are dealing with that. You're dealing with that affliction. You're dealing with that pain. And I'm here to talk to you guys. I'm here to give you guys some words of wisdom. That's a bad way to go through life. You need to block the hub. You need to block the X videos. You need to block these sites. You need to stop loading up the OnlyFans. You need to stop subscribing to OnlyFans for $15 a month. And regain your life. A lot of you need to regain your life. You're dealing with this affliction now. You're dealing with this. You can't go through a day at work or school without an adult performer on your mind. It's ruining every sector of your life. It's ruining your dating. It's ruining your social skills with women. You need to get off of the corn sites. Stop with the corn. Put it down. Do some push-ups. Do some pull-ups. Take a cold shower. Join a gym. Join Bally Total Fitness. One of them. Joyce Reed. But ultimately, you need to get away from that affliction, because I'm going to let you young men know right now, it is an affliction that you're dealing with. And you need to stop laughing it away. You need to stop thinking that it's not a big deal. I just like to beat the drum once in a while. No, you're dealing with an affliction. And if you continue to feed this affliction, this addiction will ruin sectors of your life. It will ruin the dating sector. It will ruin your social skills with women. It will ruin different sectors in your life if you allow it to control you. So that's a message that I want to give to you young men. Stop beating the drum. Now let's go into some more things in terms of advice for young men. This is something that I recently had to deal with, and I want to share this. This is something that I recently had to deal with, right? And I'm going to share my story, share my testimony. I want you guys to hear my testimony. Testimony tonight. I'm giving my testimony tonight. I hope you guys are entertained tonight. We got a few people in here. Hope you got your popcorn ready. I see we got a few people. Salute to Sinclair in there. I see she's in there. Now, I want to also give my testimony tonight, right? About something that I had to realize and I had to deal with, and I had to do some self-analyzing, and I had to make some adjustments, right? I'm going to talk a little bit about picking the right woman. A lot of you young men need to learn how to pick the right woman. I'm gonna let you young men know right now, picking the right woman could be a life or death situation. See, a lot of you men, you are, and it's indicative of our nature as men. You know what we see, we're attracted to it. When you see a beautiful girl with long hair, nice body, you're attracted to that, as you should be, right? But sometimes, just because that woman has long hair, a nice body, a pretty face, she may not be right for you. She may not be an asset to your life. She might be a liability to your life. And a lot of you young men, you have to stop picking women based off of just attraction. You need to start asking yourself, when you're dealing with this woman, right? Does this woman add quality to my life? Forget about her having a nice derriere. Forget about her having some nice bosoms, brasiers, tatas. She got a pretty face. She got nice lips. She got pretty eyes. A lot of you men have to ask yourself, does this woman add to the quality of my life? Because a lot of you young men, what's going to happen with you, you're going to meet that girl with the pretty eyes. You're going to meet that girl with the pretty feet. You're going to meet that girl with the nice Coke bottle size. You're going to meet that. And you know what you're gonna do? You're not gonna ask her if she has any goals in her life. You're not gonna ask her where does she see herself being in the next 10 years. You're not gonna ask her, does she wanna build a family, a home? You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna lay down with that woman and you're gonna create a child. And that woman is going to put you through hell on earth. Can I get a hallelujah, holla back? And a lot of you men, you know, I'm here to talk to you and I'm here to guide you from that. You need to choose a woman that's going to add to the quality of your life. Attraction, how the woman looks, that should be secondary. And I understand, because that's the nature of men. We see a pretty girl, we see an attractive girl. We of course, we want to, you know, we want to get to know her, we want to mate with her, all of the above. But that needs to be secondary. And if this woman can add quality to your life, that needs to be first. You need to ask yourself, is this woman going to, can I build with this woman? Can I create a home with this woman? Is this woman marriage material? a lot of you dudes, I mean, y'all not even asking these questions. I mean, you don't know what this woman wants out of life. You don't know if she wants to build. You damn near got your tongue up her ass. And you're not asking her any tough questions. It's time for you young men to start doing that. And like I said, I want to give my testimony, because one of my exes, they reached out to me recently, right? One of my exes, they reached out to me, and they hit me in the DM, and they were like, why are you so distant with me? Now keep in mind, I haven't talked to this woman in over 2-3 years, right? Even more longer than that, maybe 4 or 5 years. And she said, why are you so distant with me? I'm just like, huh? But pretty much, she's like trying to spin the block with me, right? She's trying to spin the block with me. And I'm just thinking to myself, right? Just hear me. I'm just thinking to myself, when I was around this woman, she did not add to the quality of my life. She was a liability to my life. And I want you young men to consider this, right? Now, I don't want women to get offended, but this is biblical. What I'm about to say is going to be biblical, right? And some women may disagree with what I'm going to say, but this is biblical. A woman is supposed to be a helpmate to a man. That's biblical. A woman is supposed to be helping her man. She's supposed to be a helpmate. She's supposed to be adding quality to a man's life. That's what a woman's role is in a man's life. So when you're dealing with these women that aren't adding quality to your life, that aren't, helping you with your goals, that aren't adding things, helping you build a home, you need to discard these women. Right? Now let me get back to my ex. Dealing with her for the years that I've dealt with her, right? She never added quality to my life. She was not a helpmate. She was a and listen, I don't know who she is today, but what I can gather is I've dealt with her already. I've seen things, about her recently that is indicative of the same nature. To my understanding, she hasn't changed. And when you were around me, when you had the chance to build a family with me, when you had the chance to create something with me, when you had the chance to be a helpmate to me, when you had the chance to do something and build something quality with a quality man, you failed that mission. So pretty much, I pretty much told her what it was, and of course she got mad at me. She unfollowed me, and I'm just like puzzled, because I'm thinking to myself, like, what's with the change of heart now? When you were around me, you wasn't trying to build nothing, but now you want to build something. Now you realize that I'm a quality man. Now you realize that you should have, taken this relationship a little bit more seriously. And overall, with that message, is what I'm trying to get at you, young men, is you need to pick the right woman. Picking the right woman, like I said, could be a life or death situation. And this is why I'm going to tell you, another reason why I'm going to tell you picking the right woman is a life or death situation, right? A woman that's a quality woman, right? A quality woman, she's not going to put you in bad predicaments. She's not gonna have you late night in a club, getting into a fist fight over her. Because her life is going to be revolving around everything you do. Revolving in everything you have your hands in with, right? Her life is going to revolve around you, right? And when you're dealing with a woman, right, that isn't adding quality to your life, a lot of you men are gonna find yourself chasing that woman. You're gonna be in and out of bars and clubs with her. You're gonna be taking her on endless dates. It's gonna be ultimately, you ever seen that cartoon and it's like, like somebody standing on someone's shoulders and they have a fishing rod and it's like that celebratory carrot and they're dangling it in front of, they're constantly chasing. A lot of you men are gonna be like that. And when you chase women like that, ultimately they can get you in all types of trouble, all types of fights. And I'm here to talk to you, men. I'm here to give this advice to you, men. You need to date women that are going to add quality to your life. You need to take that into consideration. Stop only messing with women just off of the premise of them being attractive. Being attractive that's not good enough. That's not good enough, especially when you guys are going to start to get older. Maybe because you're 18, you're 19, you're in your early 20s. You're thinking that's the main objective. She has to be attractive, which is a point. Listen, everybody likes looking at someone attractive. Everybody, loves. It's a reason why supermodels on the cover of Victoria's Secret, and it's not Precious. We all love attractive women, right? Just like all women love attractive men, right? But that needs to be secondary. You need to ask yourself, does this woman add to the quality of my life? Just like a woman should be asking a man, is this man a provider? Will this man be a good father if I have kids with him? Is this man marriage material? Is this man faithful? These are the questions that a woman should be asking a man. So those are some things that I want you young men to take into consideration, right? Now, a lot of young men are also dealing with depression. Let me just check in the chat real quick. Just give me 1 second, y'all. But a lot of young men are dealing with depression, and that's something that I also want to talk about tonight. Give you some advice and some things that maybe I can talk to you guys about. We got about 6 people in here. It went down. I guess they didn't like my rant about my ex, but let's get into depression, right? Now, a lot of you young men, you're dealing with depression, and I want to speak about that for a while. You young men that are dealing with depression. Now, I don't know what the depression is stemming from, right? And I don't know, I can't go off of your medical history. I don't know any of that, right? But let me just give you some simple tools, some things that maybe you should take into consideration, right? These are some things that you need to take into consideration. Understand that some, not all. Now remember, I'm not a doctor. But some depressions are a form of a chemical imbalance. So a lot of times, and I'm not saying this is always the case, right? I'm not saying this is always the case, because there are some people that are clinically depressed. And one of my lights went out. Y'all forgive me for that. But some forms of depression are linked to a chemical imbalance in your brain. So a lot of you young men, you need to be taking more vitamins. You need to be going to the doctor, giving yourself frequent, checkups. You would be surprised how many young men don't go to the doctor. don't take care of their health, don't take care of their mental well-being, their mental stability. You'll be surprised how many young men don't take care of these things. They put these things at the back burner. And a lot of you young men that are dealing with some form of depression, no matter what it is, and just like I said, some forms of depression, every form of depression is not the same. I'm not a clinical doctor, but some forms of depression are linked to a chemical imbalance. So it may not be necessarily that you're depressed about something. It may not be necessarily that you're dealing and this depression is weighing heavy on your back. More so, it may just be a chemical imbalance in your brain. And you may need to go to a doctor to get, get your blood work done. Get your, get a urine test, get a blood sample taken, where they could tell you where, okay, you're deficient in this vitamin, you're deficient in this vitamin. And therefore, maybe this could be why you're dealing with a chemical imbalance, which is in result making you depressed over things that you probably shouldn't be depressed over. Another thing that I want to talk to you young men about, you need to get into a gym. You need to work off that energy. You need to work off those things that are weighing heavy on your mind, weighing heavy on your heart. You need to take that energy into a gym. You need to find some type of outlet. Maybe a boxing gym, maybe a MMA gym, maybe just a regular gym, a LA Fitness, a Retro Fitness, a Planet Fitness. But you need to find an outlet to get that energy out, to get those, get those endorphins going, get those energies and that sin energy to come down. Something that you young men should take into consideration. Sinclair says, too much social media. I agree. Social media, let's get into social media, right? A lot of young men are dealing with, addiction to social media. I mean, they are. I mean, there's no way around it. I mean, everybody in this era, we're all attached to our hips with this phone. But sometimes you have to unplug from the matrix. You have to put the phone down. You have to, sometimes, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, sometimes I delete Instagram and Facebook off of my phone. Sometimes I find myself and just say, you know what, I don't want Instagram or Facebook on my phone. I don't want none of this on my phone. Because it's a distraction, and you gotta understand something, right? Some people are dealing with triggers as well. Let's speak to men dealing with triggers, right? Now, let's speak about that, right? Let's say a young man is dealing with corn addiction, right? Now, he's not looking at websites every day. He's not loading up a hub or X videos, right? But he still has an Instagram, he still has a Facebook, and maybe he's following a few women and they like to post thirst traps. That could be a trigger for him. That could be something that sets him off, which ultimately, in turn, he wants to run to a corn hub. He wants to run to a X videos. So social media addiction is real. And it's something that at times you have to unplug from the matrix. You have to unplug. If this thing is ultimately distracting you, if this thing is ultimately getting you off of what you need to be doing, if this thing is ultimately ruining your life, rulership of your life, where you find yourself, constantly, I gotta post this. I gotta post this on my story. I gotta look at this timeline. I gotta look at this girl's new picture. I gotta like the picture. If you're finding yourself in that type of rhythm, then I would say it's time for you to unplug. You need to give yourself a social media diet. You need to delete the Instagram and the Facebook and the stuff like that. You need to delete all of that off of your phone. Give yourself, a few days off of it, maybe a week. If you're strong enough, maybe go a month without those things. But that is true. A lot of young men, they are dealing with that. They absolutely are dealing with that. Akira says, why is the first thing I hear when I got here is PORN? Akira, the first thing I said was not PORN. I never said PORN. I said corn. I never said PORN. And Akira, this is a show about giving advice for young men. And I'm trying to talk to young men about staying away from these things. I'm here to talk to men about staying away from these things. I'm giving young men advice on staying away from these things like a PORN, like a X videos, like a hub. I know you just probably clicked on this video and you were curious, but yeah, we're not here talking about PORN. I'm telling men to refrain from being on those sites. And right now I'm trying to refrain from talking to people in the chat, because I want these shows to go on the rebroadcast. I want people to look at these shows and ask themselves, give themselves a self-analyze themselves, and maybe take a lot of these things that I'm talking about and put them in perspective in these people's lives that are watching this. But those are just some things that this to inform you what is going on, right? Just in case you just walked in here. But yeah, man, this is a show that I just want to give young men advice. A lot of young men are suffering. A lot of young men need advice, because like I said earlier in the stream, the internet is being ran by incels right now. Though the internet is being ran by low testosterone, corn addicted, not socially aware, non-social skills incels. That's what the internet is being ran by right now. Back in my day, we used to call them nerds. The internet is now being ran by, it was always ran by nerds, but I mean, there was a point where, content that was telling men to be masculine, telling men to prioritize their goals, only build with women that are trying to build with you. Those things were, at one point that was in consideration. People were talking about those things. We have gotten away from that. And they've taken away all of the men that were preaching that. They got rid of Andrew Tate. They got rid of Kevin Samuels. They got rid of Fresh and Fit. Now, listen, all of those platforms, they were flawed, right? None of those individuals were perfect. None of those individuals had the 1000% right message. But in essence, I'm going to be honest with you, overall, they were telling men to be men. They were telling men to be masculine. And in today's internet, we're not seeing that. We're seeing the incels run the ship. That's what's happening. Yeah, I'm just here to talk about it. I'm just here to talk about these things. But I want a lot of you young men to take these things that I'm saying into consideration, especially about the depression thing, because a lot of you'd be surprised how much information is not available to young men, especially young black men. You'd be surprised, all of the young black men that are in the inner cities, all of the young black men that are, you know, in these neighborhoods, they're dealing with some sort of depression. They're dealing with some sort of you know, depression in their lives, whether it be from their environment, whether it be from just their own you know, coming from within. Maybe it's some type of self-hatred, maybe it's something at home. But there's a lot of black men that are dealing with some form of depression, and if they were to take some of these things that I'm taking and I'm talking about into consideration, whether it be a mental health, you know, taking vitamins, working out, you know, prioritizing things, goal-oriented, picking the right woman. These things will be revolutionary to a young man's life. These things, we're talking about a revolutionary mindset here. Things to get you out of that rut. Things that can change your perspective on life. Things that can get you out of that mud and get you flourishing in life. I'm preaching a revolutionary mindset here. And these are some things that you young men should consider. Consider these things. And I want to know, let me actually go into the voting, because I want to see, because we did have some people come in here, and I want to see, in terms of the voting, I want to just see some of the distractions that young men, because I put a vote in the chat, and I want to see, like, you know, what's distracting young men. Yeah, what's distracting young men? Out of 23 votes, 30% is saying corn. 35% is saying social media. 8% is saying 8% is saying depression, and 25% is saying girls. Which is, you know, listen, all of those things are valid. All of those things are valid. You know, all of those things are valid reasons why men are, you know, distracted. But overall, you have to pull yourself together. You have to listen. Nobody's going to get your life together but yourself. You know, nobody's going to steer the ship for you. Nobody's going to, you know, jump into your body and get things moving and shaking for your life. You ultimately have to be the driver for your life. You have to make the decisions. You have to push the buttons. You have to do the critical thinking. You have to put things in perspective. You have to do the building blocks. So these are things that young men, you need to consider. Now, I want to go into a little bit more about girls, right? Or did I speak about girls? I spoke a little bit about girls in terms of distraction, picking the right woman. I did talk about that, picking the right woman. But listen, let me say this in terms of girls, right? No matter where you are in life, I don't care where you are in life, and we got young men watching right now. I don't care where you are in life right now. I don't care if you're working a 9 to 5 in McDonald's. I don't care if you're a college student. I don't care if you work for a Fortune 500 company. I don't care if you're making, you know, $100,000 a year. You drive a nice car. I don't care if you're flipping burgers at Whataburger. No matter where you are or what sector, at what level, no matter where you are in life, there are always going to be women there. Fire! 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 Women ain't going nowhere, gentlemen. Women ain't going nowhere. And a lot of you men, you're chasing these women. You're chasing the skirts. You're chasing them. When in reality, they should be chasing you. Why are you chasing these women? As you go through your levels in life, whether you're flipping the burgers, whether you're in college, you're trying to get your education, whether you got that nice paying job, no matter where in your life, women are gonna be there, ready to talk to you. ready to interact with you. Some may want to build, some may not want to build. It's your duty. It's incumbent of you to choose the right woman. And a lot of you men, you get caught up in chasing skirt, chasing tail, when in reality that they're always gonna be there. Stop chasing the woman. A nigga that's flipping burgers, he can get some tail, just like a dude that's at a Fortune 500 company. He can get some tail too. You need to get yourself together. You need to get your goals together. You need to get where you need to be in life. Stop chasing the tail. Nobody got rich ever chasing women. Show me a man in history. Show me a billionaire. Whether it be, a Elon Musk, a Bill Gates, a Warren Buffett, right? Show me a billionaire that got rich over chasing women. It's never happened. All of those billionaires, all of those millionaires were men that had goals, that were chasing something, fighting for something. And it wasn't tail, it wasn't skirts, it wasn't tatas, it wasn't a nice BBL. They were chasing their dreams, they were chasing their goals, they were chasing what they wanted to be in life. And that's what you men need to push forward to. The women are always gonna be there. They're gonna be there when you're flipping burgers. They're gonna be there when you got the nice paying job. Stop chasing them. Let them chase you. If you meet a nice joint, a cute little joint, nice little bad joint, she got a nice little conversation, and let's say you're flipping burgers at McDonald's right now, and you walk up to her, you're smelling like, greasy hot dog water. Your shoes look like they've been dipped in McDonald's Sprite. You got an apron on with a bunch of Big Mac sauce on it. And you walk up to a young lady and you tell her that she's beautiful. You want to get to know her. You want to know if you can take her out on a date. And she say, ew. I don't date no McDonald's, nigga. You need to say, cool. Listen, well, I'm gonna talk to a girl that wants to talk to the McDonald's nigga. There's plenty of girls that want to talk to a McDonald's nigga. That's not the one. And guess what? When you go to college, when you get that nice paying job, when you're pulling up in that new Benz, you just came out of that Fortune 500 company that you're the CEO of. And you hop out the Benz with the Corinthian leather on the seats, walking down the street with the Tom Ford suit on, double-breasted suit, and you see the same chick and she walk up to you, she was like, damn, daddy, that's you? I remember when you was flipping burgers, smelling like Big Mac sauce. And she wants to talk to you, then you should just tell her to go, tell her to go beat it. Beat it, chick. But I'm saying, what I'm trying to get at you young men, is there's always going to be women available for you. Stop chasing them. A lot of you men, literally, a lot of you young men, if I were to take your phone and I were to go through your phone and go to your Instagram, I'm sure it's hundreds and hundreds of messages of you jumping in some random woman's DMs. Hundreds and hundreds of DMs. All left on red. All that says delivered but never read. Stop it. Stop Jumping in random women's DMs. Stop it. Just stop doing it. Stop chasing women. Let them chase you. When you see something that you like, when you see something that's attractive, talk to her, see what her brain is at, be respectful, be humble, talk your talk, spill your game. If she's feeling you, she's feeling you. If she's not, she's not. But stop chasing the tail. But pretty much these are the things that I want you young men to consider. These are the things that I want you young men to put in perspective in terms of your lives. Let me just look at the voting real quick before, because we're going to be wrapping up real soon here. 32%. What's distracting young men today? 38%. 38%. 38%, ladies and gentlemen, have said corn addiction. Fire! 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 So if you're asking me why I even talk about it, 38% is saying corn addiction is what's distracting young men. Fire! 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 Clearly, it's a factor. Clearly, it's something that's real that young men are being afflicted by. Clearly, it's ruining young men's lives. Clearly, it's depleting young men of their masculinity, of their testosterone, off of their social skills. Corn is really an all-out assault on Western male life. It truly is. It's lowering the T levels in men. It's forcing young men to be incels. They don't have good social skills when it comes to talking to women. This is what's happening. So if you're asking me why I'm even talking about these things, it's a real issue. If 38% of men are saying that's the main thing. Exactly what Sinclair said. Sinclair is saying 38%. That's scary. I agree. That is. Fire, 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 fire. Clearly, it's something that young men are dealing with. 32% is saying 40. It's 41% now. 41% is saying corn, and 32 is saying social media. 11% is saying depression, and 16% is saying girls. Really, listen. And let's get back to corn for a second. Let me just talk about corn for a little bit, right? This is what you young men should do that are dealing with some sort of corn addiction. This is what you young men should do. Hear me closely. Hear me well. Right? This is gonna save a lot of you young men's lives. This is what you need to do. Hear me closely. Realize that the flesh and the spirit are two different entities. Hear me closely. This may save a lot of you young men's lives. The flesh and the spirit is two different entities. If you work on your spirituality, if you work on growing that spiritual man, if you work on growing yourself in terms of building in your beliefs, being spiritually grounded, whether you're a Christian, whether, whatever religion you may be, and you are immersed in that faith and you are living by the principles and the foundations of that faith, your spirit will work antithetical to your flesh. That's biblical. Again, if you are working on that spiritual man, and when I say working on that spiritual man, reading the word, building your faith, fasting, praying, building up your spirituality. If you work on your spirituality, your spirit will work antithetical to your flesh. It will fight your flesh. It will back off the desires and the lust and the things that weigh heavy on your flesh. Now, these things work both ways. Remember that. These things work both ways. If you become a prisoner of the flesh, it could work antithetical against your spirit. Remember, it's a constant battle of flesh and spirit. Flesh and spirit. If you're constantly feeding that flesh, the lust of the eyes, you're constantly going down that Instagram timeline, you're liking every big butt that you see. You're liking every nice girl with a nice brassiere. Every pretty girl, you gotta go down her timeline. You gotta look at the story, right? And the next thing you know, let's say you might want to go on, an OnlyFans, or maybe you want to look up an adult star, and not too heavy, but just look up her Instagram. Just see what pictures she's put. Let's say you want to look up Tiana Trump's Instagram. You want to go down her post. The next thing you know, you look at the link in her bio. She has an OnlyFans. Well, listen, it won't hurt to just be, look at her OnlyFans. It won't hurt to look at her OnlyFans. Now you're scrolling down her OnlyFans. You see videos, you see images of things of a sexual nature. Now your mind, listen, what does the Bible say? The Bible says an idle mind is the devil's workshop. You could have been using that time to, have your mind focus on something that's a little bit more important, a little bit more deeper. But your idle mind has caused you to go from this post to this post. Now you're on this adult film star's Instagram. Now you hit the link in the bio. You're looking at the OnlyFans. Now what's the next step? You want to go to the Pornhub. You want to go to the X videos. You want to look at all the different sites, and now what do you ultimately do? Now you want to beat the drum. You're feeding the flesh. And by you feeding the flesh, it has totally worked antithetical to your spirit. Some things to take, into consideration. This is just some advice for you young men. I'm here to talk to you, men. My phone just turned off, so I can't see what's going on in there. But these are some things that you young men should take into consideration. These are some things that you young men should be prioritizing. These are some things that you should be working on. Work on that spiritual man, building up in that faith, building up in the word, getting your mind out of the gutter. A lot of it, you would be surprised how many young men, their minds are just in the gutter, totally in the gutter. They can't go through a day without thinking about an X-rated video. They can't go through a day without putting a random woman in some type of sexual scenario in their brain. Because they're dealing with a perverse affliction that they need help with, that they need some correction with. So these are some things that you young men need to work on, right? And ultimately, these things will help you. Like I said, if you work on that spirit, if you work on your spirituality, you work on your faith, fasting, praying, being immersed in your faith, reading the word, doing things that are antithetical of your flesh, these things will work against your affliction. These things will work against you wanting to watch porn all the time. So you young men, take that into consideration. Take that into consideration while you're going through the course of a day. But we're gonna do more shows like this, God willing. We're gonna do more shows like this because I really want to talk to you young men. I want to give you young men advice. Hopefully I can help you. Hopefully I can change your mindset. Hopefully I can help you put things in perspective, and hopefully think about things that you should be prioritizing. Hopefully think about things that you should be doing, right? Giving you some life advice along the way. I want to give a salute to Sinclair. Salute to Sinclair. I don't know if she's in there. I don't know if she's in there right now, but I can't see the chat. My phone just turned off, so I can't even see who's in the chat. But salute to Sinclair. Salute to all my mods. I don't know who's in there right now, but salute to all the mods. I want you guys to like, comment, subscribe to this channel. Please like this video. If you haven't liked the video, hit the like button on this video. It's right, I think it's at the top on this side. I think on this side. It's like 3 dots. You hit that 3 dots, something will pop up, and then you hit the like button. Hit the like button on this video. I hope you guys have been entertained as well as enlightened. I am your host, True and Living. Again, we're gonna do more shows like this where we're talking to young men. You know, I want to talk to you young men and have you ultimately think about these things. You know, a lot of young men are dealing with these things, and you know, we need to talk about them. We need to put these things in perspective, and we need to ultimately do some problem solving in terms of these things. But ultimately, thank you guys for joining me. This is the Check-In Report. We're gonna play off this song while we get out of here. Let's play it.
Mama on my testicles.
We out, y'all. Y'all have a good night, man.
Vegetables, she on my testicles. I'm at the best of you. You can meet me, boo. We're gonna do. Listen.
The Check-In Report. We out, y'all. Y'all have a good old night.
Mama so comfortable. I'm feeling like Dr. Huxtable. With the rest of you, I'm at the best of you. Lord mama, I want the best of you. Want the best of you. I got the nice little view. I'm at my